Good morning, everyone. So in the last class, we are discussing about the orthogonality and the linear transformation. So we'll continue with the same topic with some other concepts. And also we were solving one problem in the previous class. We'll take up that later. So now we'll just go with the basic concepts that are required in the upcoming problem solving. So now let us consider the orthogonal subspace. So here, suppose if we consider the vector V, it is said to be orthogonal to the set S if it is orthogonal to each vector in S. So here, for example, if S consists of the vectors U, V, W, then the vector V, it is said to be orthogonal if V is perpendicular to U, V, W, which are present in the set S. So here, I'll just show in the notebook. So here you can see, suppose if we consider the set S, suppose if it consists of the elements U, V, W, and if we have the vector V, so this V, it is said to be orthogonal to the set S. Suppose if V, if it is perpendicular or if it is orthogonal to each set or each vector U, V, W, which is present in the set S. That is, whenever you will be taking the dot product of these two, so it should result in the value 0. So in such cases, you can say that the vector V, it is orthogonal to the set S. So here, next. Similarly, so here we can also consider two subspaces. They are also said to be orthogonal if every vector in one subspace, if it is orthogonal to every vector in the other subspace. So whatever the concept that will be applying for the set S, the same concept you can apply for the subspace elements also. Next, we'll go with the cosine formula. So here you can see we have considered two vectors A and B. So here the vector A, it is located at the coordinates A1, A2 and B, it is located at B1, B2. So here you can see that the vector A, it is drawn from the origin O. So here you can see the length of A from O, it is denoted as length of A and it is making an angle alpha with respect to the x-axis. Similarly, you have to consider the second vector B, which is located with the coordinate values B1, B2 with respect to the origin and the corresponding length, it is denoted as B. And this B, it is making an angle beta with respect to the x-axis. And if we consider the vectors A and B, so here between these two vectors, the angle made, it is taken as theta. And here, in order to get the cosine formula, so here we are going to draw a perpendicular from the point B to the point A. So here we are joining B to A. And the distance between these 2 points, B and A, it is denoted as magnitude of B minus A. So now, for this, we can write the magnitude or the length of the distance between the two vectors B and A. It can be written as B minus A vector whole square is equal to magnitude of B square plus magnitude of A square minus 2AB cos theta. Suppose if this theta becomes 0, that is if B and A are perpendicular to each other, then cos 90 degree is nothing but 0. So here, then we left only with B minus A whole square is equal to B square plus A square. So this is one formula that you can use while solving the problems. And now, once again, if we consider B minus A whole square, which can be written as B minus A comma B minus A. So in terms of vector or vector matrix, you can also write this as B minus A transpose multiplied with B minus A. So now, if you multiply each element in the transpose matrix with the elements of B minus A, so then it will result in B minus A whole square is equal to, so here we'll be having B transpose multiplied with B. So this calculation, I'll show it in the notebook. All of you can observe. So here we have B minus A whole square, it can be written as B minus A comma B minus A which is nothing but the product of B minus A transpose into B minus A. So now I'm going to multiply each element in the transpose matrix with the elements of B minus A. So here we can write this as what? B transpose into B. So next we have A transpose minus A transpose multiplied with B. Then we have to multiply B transpose with the second element in the B minus A matrix. So here we can write B minus B transpose A, minus into minus becomes plus A transpose A. So this is one formula for B minus A whole square. So now using all this, we'll be writing the formula for the cosine. So next, suppose if we consider only the magnitude of B square, so this is nothing but, so here we have written B minus A whole square as what? B minus A comma B minus A. So when we have B square, so then this, whatever the elements that we have in the parenthesis, it can be written as B comma B. So this is simply equal to B transpose into B. Similarly, what we can write for A? So here A square ಏನಂತ ಬರೀತೀರಾ ಹೇಳಿ? Anyone reply me back? Magnitude of A square. Anyone?
A transpose A.
A transpose A.
Yes, very good. A transpose into A. So now, if we, and also here we can write B minus A whole square. So we have seen the formula. So here it can be written as magnitude of B square plus magnitude of A square minus 2 magnitude of A into magnitude of B into cos theta. That is nothing but here we have applied A plus B or A minus B whole square formula. So now having all this, so now we can write, so here what we have for B minus A whole square here, so B minus A whole square we have written B transpose B minus A transpose B minus B transpose A plus A transpose A. So here we are going to substitute on the LHS here. So for this equation, so replace B minus A whole square by the equation B transpose B minus A transpose B minus B transpose A plus A transpose A, which is equal to, so here we have seen magnitude of B square is what here? B transpose B. So that we have done here, right? So here we are going to replace on the RHS B square by B transpose B plus A square. It is replaced as A transpose A minus 2A B cos theta. So now, if you observe the elements on the LHS and the RHS, so here you can see that B transpose B and B transpose B on both sides gets cancelled, and also A transpose A gets cancelled. So here we left with what? Minus, so I think this is A transpose, right? So I have written wrongly here, A transpose B. So here minus 2A transpose B, which is equal to minus 2A B cos theta. So now minus minus sign gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled. So here from this, what you can write for cos theta? Cos theta becomes what? Tell me the equation.
Two A transpose B by
2 gets cancelled, excluding the 2 and the negative sign. A transpose B by
A transpose B by
length of A into length of B. So this is the equation for the cosine formula. So this cos theta, whatever we have, this can also be written as this A transpose B. It can be written as A comma B divided by length of A into length of B, which is equal to A1 B1 plus A2 B2. So this is in terms of the coordinate that is taken for A and B. So here A it is located at the coordinate A1 A2 and B it is located with the coordinate B1 B2. So here using that, so this can be written as A1 B1 plus A2 B2 divided by magnitude of A into magnitude of B. So now with this, next we'll move on to the next topic. So that is the projection on a line. So here we are going to find the equation to calculate the projection on a line. So here we are going to consider a point P as the projection of the matrix or the set B on the line A through or by drawing a perpendicular from B towards the point P. So here, whatever the diagram that we have previously considered, the same diagram we have considered here. So we have two set elements A and B, so which is making an angle theta between themselves. And here, suppose if we draw a perpendicular, or if you have a projection of B on the line A to the point P. So now for this, we have to write the equation of the projection. And here, whatever the projection line you have drawn here, so here the distance between this B and the point P, where you are finding the projection, so that is denoted as B minus P. So here we can say that the projection, it is defined as the scalar multiple of, wait a minute. So here we can say that the projection of B on the line A as some multiple of the vector A. So here we can write that as P is equal to X vector into A. So here X vector is nothing but some multiple of the scalar quantity that we are going to calculate. So we are going to solve the problems on that. And here B minus P. So here this is nothing but the orthogonal drawn to the line A. So here we can say that vice versa, A is also orthogonal to the projection at the distance B minus P. So here when we say orthogonal, the dot product between those two vectors should be equal to 0. So here we can write A transpose multiplied with taken with the dot product B minus P is equal to 0. And in other words, we can also write this as A transpose within the bracket B, it will be kept as it is, but P is what? X vector into A. So you are going to substitute P as X vector A. So here we have A transpose into B minus X vector A is equal to 0. So now multiplying both the terms. So here we'll be getting A transpose B minus X vector A transpose A is equal to 0. So now simplifying this, taking one term on the RHS. So here we can have the equation of the scalar multiple X vector as A transpose B divided by A transpose A. So now using this, we can also write the equation for the projection. So here projection we have defined as scalar multiple of the vector A. That is P is equal to X vector into A. So here we have obtained the equation of X vector. So here we can write P is equal to A transpose B divided by A transpose A multiplied with A. So here do not cancel A. It is not like that. We'll see how to calculate all the values. So here whenever you will be writing the equation, you just see that whatever the projection you are going to ask. So here we are considering B as the projection. So when we have the B as the projection on the line A, so here the equation of projection, it should be like A transpose B divided by A transpose A into A. Suppose if we have the line Y, and this line Y, if it is acting as a projection on the line A, then this equation can be written as P is equal to A transpose Y divided by A transpose A into A. So you need to keep all these parameters in consideration while making the calculation. And so here projection matrix of rank, it can be defined by A transpose divided by A transpose A. So this also we are going to consider while solving the problem. And other than this least square we'll take in the next class. So before that we have one more term called as the inner product space. So already we have used this inner product space in the previous class while solving the problem. I'll just revise this. So inner product, when we say the inner product, I'll take up the inner product definition here. So here, inner product in the sense, suppose if we have two vectors, so if we have the two vectors u and v in R2 space, and if u and v both are of the order n into 1 matrix, then u transpose, it will be considered as 1 into n matrix. So here, I'll just take up the notebook, otherwise you'll not understand if I say orally. So here, in order to define the inner product, so consider u and v as the vectors in the R2 space, and suppose if both these vectors of the order n into 1 matrix, and then when you write the equation for u transpose, it will be of the order 1 into n matrix. And the number u transpose v, it is called as the inner product of u and v. So this calculation already we have used in the previous problem. Only we are giving some official parameter name for this. So when you take the dot product of u transpose and v, so this is called as the inner product of u and v, which is written as simply u dot v. And here you can show that as, suppose if you have u with the elements u1, u2, and so on up to un, and v, it is with the elements v1, v2, and so on up to vn. In this case, so here we can write u dot v, that is the dot product of these two vectors. It can be written as u transpose v. So in other words, so whatever the column elements we have, so that will be shifted to the row. That is, we can write u1, u2 up to un multiplied with the column elements of v, v1, v2 up to vn. So which results in the product u1 v1 plus u2 v2 plus so on up to un vn. So this is the basic definition of the inner product. So with this, we'll continue with the problem that we have taken in the last class. So here I'll just go with the problem. So in the last class, we were solving the problem on the differentiation matrix, right? So differentiation matrix. On this, we have taken one problem for the polynomial of degree 3. So for this, we were calculating the matrix. And I told that I'll be explaining how to write the matrix in the next class. So here we'll continue with this. So here, let us assume the polynomial of degree 3 basis vectors are defined as P1 is equal to 1, P2 is equal to T. So 1 in the sense it is equal to T to the power 0. So next P2 is equal to T to the power 1. Next P3 is equal to T square, and P4 is equal to T cube. And now on these basis vectors, we can perform the differentiation. So here when you perform the differentiation on P1, so here the differentiation of a constant is 0, and AP2 it is equal to 1, and AP3 is equal to 2t, and AP4 it will be resulting in 3t square. So now after this, from this we can also return the coordinate vectors. So what we have written, P1 it was with, so 1, only t to the power 0 was there. So here the remaining elements was 0 up to t1, t2, t3. Up to t3 you have to write, and P2 it is equal to 0, 1, 0, 0, and the P3 it can be written as 0, 0, 1, 0, and P4 it was given as 0, 0, 1. So after this, we went for writing the differentiation matrix. So now differentiation matrix A, it can be written as. So here now this can be written by observing the coefficients of the differentiation factors that we have taken. So here we can see that AP1 it is 0. That is all the elements with respect to this will be 0. So here what we can write in the first column as all the elements, 4 elements as 0. And next, when you come to this AP2, so here you can see that it consists of 1. So here 1, it corresponds to the element t to the power 0. So here we can write in here, I'll just show. So here we'll be writing the elements for t to the power 0, t to the power 1, t square t cube. So here for AP1 it will be like 1 0 0 0. And what about AP2? Next ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಾ ಹೇಳಿ? AP1 ಆಯ್ತು, AP2 ಆಯ್ತು, AP3 ಗೆ ಏನು ಬರೀತೀರಾ? AP3 it is given with the value 2t. So there is no t to the power 0 element. So you make this as 0. 2t there. So t coefficient it is 2. The remaining elements 0 0. And similarly, when you consider the last one AP4 which is equal to 3t square. So here it is having the coefficient only for t square. For other elements it is 0. So here we can write t to the power 0 as 0, t to the power 1 as 0, and this as 3, and next one is 0. So this is the differentiation matrix for the given polynomial of degree 3. So next, let us take the next problem. Find the derivative of the polynomial p is equal to 2 plus t minus t square minus t cube in R3. So here for this polynomial p, we are asked to calculate the derivative. So here simply if you differentiate this p with respect to t, here itself we can see the answer, right? So here differentiation of constant is 0 and t is 1 and t square is minus 2t and this is 3t square. So we are supposed to get this answer. Once you solve, so using the method, linear transformation method, you are supposed to get this answer. So now from this equation of polynomial, so first we'll write the coefficient or the elements of the matrix P. So here the elements are 2, whatever the coefficients we have here, 2, and t coefficient is 1, t square coefficient is minus 1, t cube coefficient is also minus 1. So this is P. And next we have to write A. So here A we have written, so for P3, so that is 0 0 0 1 0 0 0, whatever in the previous problem that we have taken, the same matrix you have to consider here, 0 0 3 0. So now if we consider the product of A and P, so which is equal to 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 2 0 0 0 0 3 0 multiplied with 2 1 minus 1 minus 1. So it results in what? Tell me the answer. Multiply this and tell the answer for RHS. Do it fast. What is the first element? Multiply 0 1 0 0 with 2 1 minus 1 minus 1. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? 0 into 2 is 0 plus 1 into 1 is 1 plus 0 into minus 1 is 0.
1, ma'am.
Yes, 1. What is the next element? Directly you just observe the elements.
Minus 2.
Minus 2, minus
minus 3
3.
0.
3. So now once you get this differentiation matrix, so here AP, so this is nothing but dp by dt, which is written with the help of the answer that you have obtained here. So here the answer is 1. So this is corresponds to t to the power 0, t to the power 1, t to the power 2, t to the power 3. So here minus 2t minus 3t square and 0. So this is the differentiation of the given polynomial p. So you can compare both the answer. So next we'll take up with the integration. Find the integration matrix for the basis vector and find the integration of the polynomial p is equal to 1 plus 5t plus 3t square. So now we'll assume some basis vector. So let us assume the basis vector polynomials. Assume the basis vector polynomials as y1 is equal to 1, that is nothing but t to the power 0, y2 is equal to t, and y3 is equal to t cube, y4 is equal to t to the power 4, and y5 is equal to, y5 is equal to y1, y2, y3 is t square, and y4 is y1, y2, y3, y2, t cube, and y5 is t to the power 4. So with this assumption, now write the equation for the integration. So here integration of a y1. So here integration of 0 to t. So y1 is 1. So it has to be integrated with respect to t. The integration of 1 with respect to t is nothing but what? 1 with the limits 0 to t. So when you substitute the limit 0 to t, we'll be getting t. So here if you observe the polynomial vectors, so here this t is nothing but y2. So here once you integrate y1 with respect to t, it will result in the value y2. Similarly, ay2, consider the integration ay2 0 to t. So y2 here it is given as t. So here the integration of t is t square by 2 with the limit 0 to t. So when you substitute the limit 0 to t, so it will result in the same value t square by 2. So what is t square from the given polynomial vector? T square is nothing but y3. So here we can write this as y3 by 2. Similarly, what is ay3 and ay4? Tell me the answer.
y4 by 6.
y4 by 3. And ay4 is y5 by
6, ma'am.
4. So once you get this integral values, so now you can write the matrix for the integration. So here a integration, so here you can write the answer. So here for the first one, so here that is it consists of only t. So t to the power 0, in here I'll be writing the elements t to the power 0, t to the power 1, 2, 3, t to the power 4 up to this will take. So here, since ay1, it consists of only t, so t to the power 0, it will take the value 0. Next is its coefficient is 1, 0, 0, 0. And what about the next column? ay2, it consists of t square by 2. So here it is having the coefficient for t square. So but not for t to the power 0, t to the power 1. So here you can make this as 0, 0. And t square coefficient is 1 by 2. And next we have 0, 0. Similarly, just substitute the coefficients for the next column. And the last one is 1 by 4. So this is the integration matrix. So once you get this, so now you can take the matrix multiplication of A integration with P. And you have to see what is the integration that you are going to get. So here A integration is this, that is 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Next 0. Here I am not. So this is being deleted here. I am just write it once again. So 0, 0, 1 by 2, 0, 0. And next here we have 0, 0, 0, 1 by 3, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1 by 4. P coefficients are, what is the P equation that has been given? 1, 5, 3. So here we have the elements 1, 5, 3 and the T cube below. So here it is 0. Multiply and tell me the answer, what you get. The first element will be 0 because the first two elements are 0. So even if you multiply, it will result in the value 0. The next one is 1. Next, it will be resulting in 5 by 2. And next, it will be resulting in how much? ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ 11. I think it will be how much? 1 baratalva? 1 by 3 into 1 by 3 into 3. 1. Yes. So now, once you get this 8 into P, so we can write P polynomial equation as, so 0 illa, so t to the power 0 coefficient illa. So next t to the power 1 igide, so that is nothing but 1 into t is 1t plus 5 by 2 t square plus 1 into t cube. So this is the polynomial integration. So now if you directly observe here also, so the integration of p with respect to t is t plus 5t square by 2 plus 3t cube by 3. 3 gets cancelled. Once again, it will be resulting in the same equation. So instead of directly integrating, so here with the matrix method, you can go with the answer. Similarly, you have many other problems. So now we'll take the problems on the projection. So I'll just explain the projection problem. First problem I'll explain, the remaining problems will solve here. This is least square problem, not required. Okay. Yes. First example, project B of 1, -1, 2 on the line throw A of 1, 3, 2 to get X and P. So here B is a projection that is drawn on the line A. So since B is a projection, so here the multiple X vector, it is given as A transpose B by A transpose A. So here B is the projection that we have to keep in our mind. So here I'll take the notebook and I'll solve it. So what was the problem here? Just use the data here, otherwise it will be difficult for us to read those values. So here, yes, we are given B with the elements 1, -1, 2, and it is drawn on the line A of 1, 3, 2. So here you have to show like this. So B is a projection drawn on the line A. So here B minus A. So B is a projection. So here for this, we know that projection it is given by X into A, where X is nothing but some multiple. So X is given by A transpose B divided by A transpose A. So here A transpose B, B is nothing but a projection that you need to keep in our mind. So now if we consider A transpose B, so take the dot product of this A transpose in the sense, so 1, 3, 2 which is in the row that will be written along the column into B is 1, -1, 2. Multiply and get the answer. ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? One into 1 is 1 -3 plus 4. This is equal to 2. Multiplication ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತಾ? 1 into 1 plus 3 into -1 plus 2 into 2. So now adding all this, it will result in the value 2. And similarly, next in the denominator, we have A transpose A. So A transpose A is nothing but the length of the matrix A. So here that is obtained as square root of A elements are 1, 3, 2. So here 1, 3, 2 andre, so 1 square plus 3 square plus 2 square. So that is equal to, so 1 plus 9 plus 4, which will be equal to 14. To the power 1 by 2 will be having. So here this is simply 14 here. So length is 1 by just 14. So substituting this in the equation of Ax, so A transpose B by A transpose A. A transpose B, it was obtained as 2 and A transpose A is 14, which is equal to 1 by 7. And once you get this, so now we can write the projection P as
root 14.
X vector into A. X vector is 1 by 7, A is 1, 3, 2. So now divide or multiply each element by 1 by 7. So here we get the answer as 1 by 7, 3 by 7, 2 by 7. And also you can calculate the angle between A and B, that is cos theta. It is equal to length of P by length of B. Length of P ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Length of P 1 by 49 plus 9 by 49 plus 4 by 49. 1 by 49 plus 9 by 49 plus 4 by 49 divided by B is ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ 132 length ಅಲ್ವಾ, square root of B is 1 plus 1 plus 4. So this is equal to square root of 14 by 49 divided by root 6. Then simplify ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ you will get the answer as 1 by root 21. So cos theta is equal to 1 by root 21, and using this you can get the theta value. So theta value is cos inverse of 1 by root 21. So you can calculate the angle and give the answer. Similarly, we have some other problems. Rejoin the class. We will continue for another 15 minutes and we'll solve some problems.